2489 puzzle rating. And I'm going to minimize chat so I don't get influenced by anything. Although first I want to make sure that it loads correctly. Okay, chat is minimized. Here we go, 2488. This is my all-time high. Let's see if we can break it. Break a new high. Find the best move for white. Okay, let's see here. Looks like we're down a bishop and a pawn. No, just a bishop. So we're going to need something major in this position. We could look at the obvious, but that doesn't get us very far. Although if you look one step further, if we take the king, I'm just, you know, sometimes I look at things this way. Just to see if we had like two free moves essentially. Boom. We would have checkmate if we can get the rooks here. So if I could double up the rooks, like if this rook was here right now, for example, I could take and then take here. And then if we take here, that would be a mate. So that's interesting. This pawn is also up for grabs, but I think we're after bigger fish. This square is interesting too. For example, if I played a move like rook 1 to e6, and he went fe, if the queen could get here, that would be mate, obviously. So queen f3 is interesting for that reason. If the queen was on f6, I mean, if the queen was on f6 and then, well, I don't know how this move would help me though. So I wonder if I did take here and then, no, but we need access to this square, so I don't know how that would help. I keep looking at the idea of taking this bishop because like there are weaknesses here. So okay, queen f6. Yeah, maybe I do take here and then follow up like this. That's interesting. Queen h6 and then rook 1 e6. F can't take because it's mate, and if he does nothing, then I'm going to take here. That's looking very promising. That's looking promising. So what does he do about that? Queen h6 and then rook 1 e6. So if I go queen h6, can he go rook f e8? No, because I'll just take it. So that looks pretty good to me, actually, this plan. Queen h6. And I don't know what his response would be. How does he stop rook 1 e6? What if he played bishop h7? Queen h6, bishop h7. Yeah, the story might not be over there, because even if he made a random move, even if he kept the bishop there, queen h6. If I had two free moves, queen h6, rook 1 e6. But no, it's different. Okay, so let's say bishop h7. So queen h6, bishop h7. That's interesting. Maybe I could play, if that happens, then I could play maybe rook 1 e5. Queen h6, bishop h7, rook 1 h4, I mean, sorry. Queen h6, bishop h7, rook 1 e4. And then if he plays something like queen d8, then I play rook h4. Okay, I'm going to go with this. I don't see another plan. This might not be it. Like, I'm not 100% positive about this plan, but I'm gonna go. Oh, it's wrong. Opening up chat. Haven't had a wrong one in a while. Oh, that stings. Minus 13. Minus 13. Minus 13. So what's the answer? It's the move order switch. Okay, first of all, why does mine not work? The only reason is because of queen f5. And if I do rook 1 e4, he can do anything, apparently. Like, anything. And then there's apparently, oh, because he's always controlling this. Oh boy, that's hard. Okay, so the winning move was rook 1 e6 to start. Okay, this is a bit confusing. So if he takes, he can't stop mate somehow? That is bonkers. That is bonkers. And if he ignores it, same thing. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I would have found that. That's really weird. That is really weird. Wow. That's a weird tactic. Wow. Tough one. Okay. Kind of hurts to lose 13 points. Okay, minimizing chat, doing another one. Okay, so not a whole lot of pieces on the board. Black is about to queen, threatening to queen. Let's look at the obvious first. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm tired. Oh boy, this is a tough position. We have to give checkmate. I think we have to give checkmate. So check. Let's start with here first. Check. Check. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, I like that, actually. I think that's it. So we go check. Oh, we'll only look at one line, but I think this would win for white, because if he goes to e7, then we go to f6, and actually, sorry, he can just go back, right? Okay, wait, queen g7, king e7. And then we go back to f6. Oh, maybe we're happy with the draw though, but yeah. Yeah, maybe we are happy with the draw, but yeah, queen f6. If he goes back here, then it's mate, actually. He can't go back. We have mate. So check, boom, check. And he has one square. And then after we go, ooh, that's actually trickier than I thought because, okay, so that's forced, right? So check. Assuming he goes to d7, first looking at this line, this tree. Queen f6. He can't go back here because then it's mate. So he has to then go to, so if I go check, boom, check, boom. See, the problem with this check is he goes to king f8. Oh, but then I have knight e6. And then okay, and then that would be mate. Okay, so I think that leads to mate. So boom, 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 check. Or I win the queen. Yeah, so and then he goes here, then I go knight e6 check. Yeah, and then if he goes back to king e8, it's illegal. No, sorry, it's not illegal. Then it's do I have a fork? No. Okay, that's hard. So okay, so he can escape that way. So check, boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, boom. No, but then it's then check here is mate. Right? Check, boom. Sorry. Let me do it in my head. Check, 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 checkmate. Yeah, so we can't do that. Okay, so now we look at the other line, which is check, check, sorry, which is check and then here right away. I guess I win the queen after knight f6. Is that right? Check. Knight f6. Or I mean king f6. King f6, he has two squares. If he goes here, then we win the queen because of check or check. Okay, so that's looking reasonable. Yeah, so check. And if he goes here, and then we go check. And if he goes to d7, can I go knight check? Oh, I don't know if I can. Boom, bang, bing, bang. It's so complicated. Oh man, this is the last line I have to calculate. I wonder if I should just start this way then. I didn't even look at this, but that might make it simpler because he's forced to this square, which is what we calculated earlier. So it might make more sense to do this actually. Check. And then check. Yeah, I'm actually going to start with that because then we don't even have to look at the other line. Since we looked at the second position in this tab, yeah. So check, because it's forced to go there, and then we get to this position again. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That makes more sense. So this is winning. Yeah, and then check, and then he just gives up the queen. Okay. Well, actually, I wonder if we can actually get mate. Because here I just ended, whenever I could take the queen, I just ended my calculations because we're stopping the other pawn. But that might not even be the end of the story, although it probably is. But I'm just wondering if we can actually get a mate. Probably not. I'm probably pushing my luck here. Check. Yeah, I don't think I would get anything out of that. I'm going to go for the queen. Yeah, okay, that was a good exercise. I got 8 points for it though, so doesn't make up for those 13 that we lost. Okay, that wasn't the most thrilling puzzle. Well, the first puzzle was interesting. I didn't like this one. I'm gonna minimize chat, do another one here. Find the best move for white. Boy, another attack on the king. I don't like these so much. Okay, so the first thing I look at is bishop g7, because that would be mate if he didn't. Well, it wouldn't be mate if he took with the rook, actually. But if he didn't take it, period, it would be mate, is my point. But if he does take it, let's say with the rook, I try to give myself the best chance first. Check. What's nice is we might be able to get him away from the queen. That's actually an interesting line, because then we can go check here. And if he moves the king, then we can take here, and we should win the queen. That's actually interesting. But if he takes with the bishop, which is probably, but then that's just mate. Oh boy, I might have struck onto this early. So yeah, I mean, if he takes with the bishop, it's mate. So he does have to take with rook. What if he doesn't take with anything? Then it's mate. So he has to take with the rook. Okay, we're making progress. He has to take with the rook, otherwise it's mate. There's nothing. Well, that's not quite true. Technically, there's moves like this. But you just don't think that would work, right? Then we go queen h8, king f7. Oh, what? Don't tell me that works. Bishop g7, rook f5. Well, I think at the least we can pick up the bishop on b2. If rook f5. Bishop g7, rook f5, queen h8, king f7. Yeah, but that would still be pretty equal, though. Queen g7, rook f5, queen h8, king f7. We're going to remove the arrows. Bishop g7, rook f5. Maybe I don't go. Maybe I don't give a check yet. I have to. I got it. Yeah, bishop g7, rook f5, queen h8, king f7. Oh. No. Yeah, see, that's interesting. I don't know about that. Which is weird. That's such an obscure defense. Bishop g7, rook f5. I wonder if I could play bishop g7, rook f5, knight d7 check. Then he has to go queen takes. I don't, that's not good. Bishop g7, rook f5, knight e7, queen e7. Then queen h8, then king f7. Oh man, it doesn't work. I don't know what to do about rook f5. Bishop g7, rook f5. I don't know what to do. That's stupid. It's okay. Maybe it isn't bishop g7. Which is weird. Maybe it's like knight e5. No, probably not. Bishop just takes. And that was just rook f5. I didn't even look at like if rook g7, you know, bishop g7, rook g7, queen h8, king f7. Didn't really look at that. Yeah, even that I don't know the follow-up, right? You know, rook, bishop g7, rook g7. Yeah. Queen f8, king f7. Yeah, so maybe yeah, I think it's not bishop g7 because I don't know the follow-up. So what else would it be? Knight e5 doesn't work because I think just bishop takes. Oh, this is hard. Oh my god. I think I might get this one wrong. Can't figure it out. Wait a second. I just had a eureka moment. What if... I mean, I want to get to this square, right? This isn't the only way to do that. What if I move the bishop back somewhere? Then it's a mate in one thread again. And now his rook can't help, or his bishop can't help. Eureka moment. So what does he do about that? Now, he would have to move his rook, because that's the only thing he can do, because he needs that flight square. Boy, eureka moment though. So boom, he moves the rook. Let's say he goes rook f5. Damn, it looks like I didn't. I'll win the bishop though. I'll win the bishop. So maybe it's bishop c1. He has to move the rook somewhere. Let's say he goes like to f6 or to f5. Check. Then we trade queens. Oh yeah, then we get the bishop. But is that the best we can get out of this? Because then it's only equal material. You know, you'd think we would have more, but boom, boom. Well, let's put it here. Or either square. We'll give him either square, and then check. Yeah, that's the only problem, is that we don't gain anything out of that. Well, I mean, we get equal material, but is that the best we can get? So then check, and then we take the bishop on b2. Now I'm probably just going to go with that because I spent a really long time thinking on this position, but that might be the answer. If I move the rook, for example, maybe he actually can't take the bishop, and so but we would still be down a minor piece. So I'm going to go with that. So bishop c1. It seems to be right. Check. I got it. Okay, I'm going to open up chat. Ooh. I got it. I feel good about that because that was tricky. I spent a long time on that one. I see there's chat here now. People typing in chat. Did anyone get it? I don't think you guys got it, right? No, I think you guys, I don't see the answer in the chat, so. Oh, that was tough. It feels good though when you put in the effort. Ooh, I got 8 points for that. And that's a new personal best now on puzzles, because I got 2 right there. So 16 made up for the minus 13. So we'll look at that again in a second, but first we celebrate. So yeah, beat my previous best by 3 points on puzzles. That puts me at 2491. Ooh, 2491. This updates immediately. Beautiful little dotted graph. Pretty cool. Puzzle dashboard. Improvement areas. Looks like opening and pawn endgame is my weakest, and my strongest is discovered attack and hanging pieces. Oh yeah, pretty cool. 2491, new personal best on puzzles. So let's look at that again. It's only a 2-move tactic, but the first move is really, maybe it's not that hard to find. Like once you see the answer, it looks obvious. But I think it's the mindset. You're always looking forward, right? Like why not take here in the checkmate? So it took me a really long time to realize, because I kept looking at the position in that silence that I had. I was looking at everything, but then this is the only thing we have going for us in this position is this attack, right? That's why I kept trying to make this work. But then this isn't the only way to give checkmate. As long as we get the queen here, it's still checkmate. So why do we have to go this way? If we just move the bishop out of the way, it's checkmate. So now it was still kind of risky at the end because it's like we're only getting a piece back, and I don't know if we're probably white is better there, but it still looks like there's a bit of a game to be played. But yeah, if we move back, yeah, he moves a rook somewhere, he has to, and then check, we trade queens, and then we take on b2. So let's look at the evaluation on that. Yeah, so bishop c1, yeah, rook f5, check. Yeah, so actually taking on b2 is better than taking on e8. e8 is still winning for white, but this is even better because if he takes, apparently, oh, because we're covering the, oh, I see, I see, yeah, because the bishop and the rook intersect on g7. So we could have taken on b2 first, would have been a little bit more accurate, but this is still winning for white. Yeah, these are undeveloped. We have